but she's also one of the most successful people I've ever met in my life. And she is the cool part about that is most people that are successful are just successful. This woman has spent almost 40 years teaching other people how to do it too, step by step. And so it is with great honor that I get to introduce you to Miss Sherry Sharman.
Oh, thank you so much, Rika. And it's so exciting to see everybody this happy Saturday morning. And for some of you, I know it's even the evening. I saw Zimbabwe on here. So this is a international call, and we love this call because on Saturdays we get a chance to not only present our incredible opportunity, we get to introduce you to an incredible training program that we have to teach you how to do what we're doing. So if you're brand new, welcome. My name is Sherry Sharman, like Rika said, and I call her my mini me. She's so adorable. I'm so happy that she hosted the call today. So if you're getting double between the two of us. So before I got involved in this industry, I was a Montessori preschool teacher. So I love being a teacher. Just being a single mom, I couldn't afford to do that. So when a friend invited me to take a look at something similar to what you're about to see, I was open. I was willing to look at alternate ways of making an income. And this was something that when I saw it, I loved it because it's a people building business. And when you really get a chance to see what we're all about, I think you're going to feel the same as I did. And I'm so excited to be able to introduce to you my business partner and dearest friend, a gentleman that I've watched grow in this industry since he was in his early 20s. He's somebody that grabbed a hold of this and really went to work and learned how to perfect this industry. And I call him a pro, somebody that truly enjoys teaching and training people how to become successful. So without further ado, I am going to introduce to you my business partner and greatest friend, Muzaffar Najfi.
Hey everybody, happy Saturday and wow, it's what a blessing of an introduction. Words are powerful and that's a really kind introduction. I want all of you to understand if you're new, right? Maybe a friend or a family member or a business partner, somebody invited you and when you sit back and go, wow, these people are speaking really highly of each other. It's a great place to be. In the traditional workforce, it's unfortunate where people talk down around each other. And so for me, it's actually a little greater than that because she's right. I got a chance to see this industry, not this company, but this industry when I was 21, because I didn't come from money. Like I just didn't. And I ended up growing up in Minnesota. Like we got to the United States when I was 10 years old. My dad is East African. My mom is Middle Eastern. Talk about a wild mix. But thank God it happened, right? Thank God it happened. How does Uganda and Dubai come together? I have no idea, but God bless that it did. And what ended up happening was my parents told me my whole life that if you want to become successful, go to school, because mom and dad made $30,000 a year combined income. And so as wonderful as my parents were, and they taught me things like, listen, go to school, get a degree, find a big company, start at the bottom, work your way up. They taught me some of the greatest things out there, but they couldn't teach me about business, finance, and success. It doesn't make them bad people. And my parents taught me not to kill, not to steal, don't eat yellow snow. They like all the essential things in life, right? And so if you've never been around snow, you have no idea. I'm just saying that's an important lesson. And so what ended up happening is I got lucky to get to university. I had an ability to catch a football and run fast, and also an ability to shoot a basketball well. In my senior year in university, I tore all three major ligaments in my right knee, my ACL, MCL, and PCL ligament. And that was it. And I don't know if you've ever had a dream come to an end, or more crazier, taken from you, or at least you feel like it was taken from you. That was me. I was in that situation where I felt like it was taken from me. And I didn't know what to do. I'll never forget after surgery, because I cried when it happened. I cried after surgery when they told me I'd never play at a high level again. And my mom told me when one door closes, God will open another. And I'm not here to get religious. I'm just here to tell you that I remember sitting there looking at my mom going, when? And my mom used to sit there and say, you have to have patience. It's in God's time. And I used to sit there and say, well, can he make time now? And my mom would say, so anyways, that's a different story. But what happened is a friend of mine called me and he said, hey, I've got to introduce you to someone. And this was a guy that was 24 years old, making $12,000 a month. Now, I grew up in the inner city area. And that was money that was unheard of. Unless you were selling things you should not have been selling, like you were your own pharmacist. Hopefully you guys are understanding. And I had friends like that. And they were you know how people self-diagnose themselves when they have something go wrong? These guys self-degreed themselves as a pharmacist. Anyway, they were their own doctors. And I ended up looking at this guy that was 24, and I said, if you can teach me how to do what you do and it's legal, like I'm in. I don't have to hear anything else. And he said, you have to get trained. And he asked me to go to a convention to see what this industry can really do. And I went, and there were 13,000 people in Las Vegas. And that company was number one on the Inc. 500 as the fastest growing privately held company in America. Number one, it grew at 35,000% growth. And one of the co-founders was being introduced. I'll never forget this day for the rest of my life. There were 13,000 people, lights went out, and they introduced a co-founder and the number one income earner. And this person was earning over 100,000 a month income. And it just didn't even make sense to me how many zeros are on there, like for a month. And they introduced this person, and it was a lady, and the lights went out, and she came out in this diamond dress. And I remember looking at my brother going, someday I'm going to work with her. My brother looked at me and said, yeah, right. And that lady's name was Sherry Sharman. And when they say dreams do come true, they do. Not only did I get a chance to work with her, I remember when I met her, I was like Rika, like she mentored me. She helped me. She coached me. And for her today to say all these wonderful things about me, if you've ever been in that situation, congratulations. If you haven't, I just want you to know two things. Number one, I hope someone that mentors and coaches you introduces you the way that she did. It's a surreal feeling. Number two, I want you to know this community that you're going to take a look at will celebrate you. And I think it's something that we all desire and deserve in life. And I'm excited to show you Viago. Viago was a company that after 20 plus years, I met the right business partners. After building 7 companies in this profession, I've had the honor to be a part of designing and building something with some other partners. And I want to tell you how it kind of came together, because that is something that means a lot to me. So I ended up meeting a gentleman by the name of Isaac that created a luxury skincare company, opened 900 stores in 40 countries, did $3 billion in revenue, and convinced L'Oreal to be his manufacturer, which has never been done. They've never manufactured for anybody but him. Unbelievable. And what he created was absolutely spectacular from a humble beginning. And then I had the opportunity to meet another gentleman and his business partners, and his name was Eddie Head. And Eddie and some of his business partners, and one of them I saw is on here today, amongst several others. There were some major players that helped take a company to being number one in the travel membership space. Number one. And I think my buddy is here today, and I'm hoping he gets a chance to tell his story. His name is Jeff, and if he's still on, which would be great. But I want y'all to know something, that these individuals created something spectacular. And we got a chance, all of us, to partner together and create what you're looking at today, Viago. And what we did is, as we met, we made this list. And we said, if we could have it like have it all. Like some people say you can't have it all. Oh, yes, you can. Why not? You know, I was talking to another friend of mine, and he'll remain nameless. Hopefully you guys will get a chance to meet him. Sherry and I were having a conversation, and he was talking about how he had interviewed people, and you know, they talk about what humans want and need. And people said the things that they really want out of life are 5. And he was telling me that he might be on this call today. And he said that people want, number 1, Mazafar, is scary. It's money. Number 2 is health. He said, I think number 2 should be number 1, but Number one, people want money. Number two is health. Number three is travel. Number four is significance. And number five is relationships. And I really believe we all want those items. Whether your numbers are different than others, it's okay, but it's here. And I'm going to show you something with this community that connects all of those dots. Now, it's a membership, but the membership has more. It's this community that you would have access to. It's like, okay, when you look at a country club, it's great. But if you're in a country club filled with snobs, why would you want to be there? But if you're in a country club filled with phenomenal people, you feel at home, you feel part of a family. So let me show you something that's amazing called Club Viago. This membership has many components, and we're only about to show you phase one. Ooh, wait till we get to the recap. That's kind of a phenomenal statement. Just wait. We're going to start with travel. Travel is something that everyone wants more of. Listen, ask two people. I know I'm telling you to do homework on a Saturday, but really ask two people today. If time and money were not an issue in your life, what would you do more of? And answer number 1, 2, or 3, top 3 would be, I would travel more. Top 3. If time and money were not an issue in your life. So why don't they do it? Time and money. And so what we've done in our membership that literally I believe everyone needs is we have a travel component. And this travel component is incredible because it gives access to unlimited wholesale travel. Unlimited wholesale travel. Now, you've got Priceline, Expedia, Booking.com, like all those type of things. And they have wholesale. They have wholesale, but they don't give it to us. What they do is they mark it up, and then they sell it to us here. They actually sell travel. Now, this is better than retail, great, but it's not wholesale. We don't sell travel. We give you the wholesale pricing. Everyone that I've shown this to has absolutely loved it. So let me share some examples. There's car rentals, flights, hotels, all the stuff that you will have access to. But I want to be careful on flights. They're FAA regulated. So it's the one thing I brag about. You'll have access to, but the flights aren't the wholesale for flights. Everything else is incredible. Flights you're going to see similar to everyone else. God bless. It's there as a convenience. Some people have found some really good deals because we have a really strong booking engine. But hotels, car rentals, cruises. I just met a lady that has been on a couple cruises with us, and she's at Mazafra. I can't stop myself. She goes, I keep saving over 30, 40%. So let me start with hotels. This is the public price, which is Priceline between you and me. And then you look at our price. This is in Las Vegas, Caesar's Palace, and look at the savings. This is Miami. I'm going to tell you, this resort is beautiful. Sherry and I were doing a presentation for a lady and her ex-husband and son, and they were talking about this location specifically. And when you look at the savings of 37%, look, all of us have heard that a penny saved is a penny earned. It's not only how much money you make, but it's also how much you keep. So why not save? Look at this one, 34% savings. This is the Millennium Hotel Times Square, a 57% savings. This is Venice, Italy. How many of you have not been outside the United States? How many have only been to Mexico, which is not a bad thing. Mexico is beautiful. But why not see the world? God has created so many beautiful things that we just haven't seen other than on Instagram. You know, back when I was younger, there used to be a thing called the Travel Channel. Today, we look at other people's lives through social media. It's time that we go. It's time that we see. It's time that we live and stop existing. I went to Argentina and saved money, Asia and saved money, Colombia. Instead of paying $279 for the Grand Hyatt, I paid $139. Los Angeles, literally a few weeks ago, instead of spending $274 at the Hilton LAX, I spent $150 after taxes. Like, it's absolutely brilliant. The next is our escapes, our vacations. We actually design these for you in two ways. One, we pick the date, we pick the location, and we pick all what you're going to see in our bullet points. Those are like excursions or benefits that come for the trip. that you would normally have to pay for is included in the price. There's a second way we design these for you is Escape Your Way, where you pick the place, you pick the date, and we design it for you if you have a minimum of 10 people. But let's start with the ones we choose. This is one in Playa del Carmen. I've been to this resort twice. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's a 4-diamond property, 5 days, 4 nights. Look, round trip airport transfers. That means from the airport to the resort, resort back to the airport. It's all inclusive. A foam pool party, a host. It's like, welcome to Fantasy Island, right? Like, remember, like tattoo, like, okay, if you don't, you're younger. I get it. Don't worry. But it's like a choice of a sunset cruise or snorkeling. Everybody chose the cruise. They did. We had a, like at the one we just did in Mexico, the last one, not this one. We had 4 boats. The one that we did in Dubai, everybody, over 400 people were on one mega boat, like mega yacht. Like it was unreal. Check this out. The price on this, if you did it all by yourself, would be $1,703 without flights. The price with us, same everything, $850. And people go, Muzaffar, that's over 50%. Slightly, yes. But wait, there's more. It gets better. And everybody goes, how? We created a rewards program. And I believe everybody has rewards somewhere. Gas station, grocery store, Subway. Like everyone I know has some sort of rewards somewhere. The bank, like your credit cards. Like I remember when I had 1,000 points on my credit card and then I redeemed it and it was like $10. And I'm like, what is this? Like, what is this? This is crazy. Miles. Have you ever looked at your miles and said, oh my God, I have 20,000 miles. And then you go to redeem it and it's like, you need 25,000. And you're going, oh my goodness. Like there's always these got yous in reward points, except here at Viago. Our reward point equals $1. 1 point equals $1. It's spectacular. Now, you can use those points in 2 places. One is these reward escapes. This one is $850 Viago price, our price. After your rewards, there's a maximum amount of points you can use. With this one, you can use 150. So it brings the price down to 700 per person. And now I know what you're thinking. How do I get the reward points? I mean, you got to be thinking that. And it's simple. We give them to you. And everybody's going, well, okay, but how? Okay. The minute you join, you receive 600 points. Day one, today. Today, for all of you that become a member, 600 points will be in your account immediately. And everybody goes, that's too good to be true. Oh, wait. By the way, thank you for that. If that's what you were thinking, it's probably one of the best compliments. That means we're doing our job. And I know you'll probably say it at least 1 or 2 more times throughout this presentation. I'm almost done. This is fun. Vietnam, look at this one, 475 after points. Dubai, this trip just happened. I leave it up here because we're doing a new one. And there's actually one that's starting. Well, what do I mean by that? We had to do 2 of these because so many people went. Then we had to do a 3rd one because over 400 people were at the Dubai trip at the beginning of March. Right now, we have around 180 from Colombia going to Dubai right now, this next week. So I just want you to know, like, everyone has fallen in love with this trip. By the way, Sherry was there. And she just had her birthday last Sunday. And this is her birthday month. So everybody's like, if you were on any of these Zooms, you're like, you keep talking about her birthday. Wouldn't you, if somebody changed your life, then they were like a second mom to you? I'm going to celebrate her every chance that I get, just so all of you know. And so she was in Dubai with her husband. They had an amazing time. And she was calling and thanking me. And I'm like, Sherry, I didn't design the trip. And she was like, no, Muzaffar, but you introduced me to this community. And I thought about it, and I gave myself a little pat on the back going, I did introduce you, didn't I? But think about it. You should give yourself a pat on the back for introducing people. Sometimes people are scared to talk to people. Me too. But look at what we have. South Africa, Costa Rica, Spain, Italy, Greece. There's a new Greece one coming, a new one. Not the one that you see here, a new one, by the way. And it's being worked on right now. Vietnam, Philippines, Mexico. And then the ones that we designed for you, like one of my best friends played for the Baltimore Ravens and the Atlanta Falcons. And he loved this. He said, Mazafar, I spent so much money on timeshares. He goes, this is way better. And look at all the things you give us inside of one membership. And you're going to design a vacation for me. His son just got accepted to Indiana State for football. And he wanted to do a congratulations graduation, like high school graduation party as well. And we designed the vacation. And now he said, listen, if there's more rooms, open it up to the community. Let them come hang out with us and have fun. So that one's in May. The next addition to our membership is telemed. Now, this is access to a doctor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I want you to know something. There are people you know that don't have medical insurance in the United States today. And I know you're going, well, how do I know? You may not. They may not tell you, but they don't. And to be able to have access to a licensed doctor 24/7 is priceless. For me, I've used this many times. My daughter was sick. She had 102.5-degree temp. She was crying, shaking, shivering. I brought her home and put her to bed. And my wife was like, we have to go to urgent care. And I'm like, sweetheart, listen, just wait. And I went online. So here's what happens. When you get the membership, you create a username and password, and you get access into a portal. And you get access to all of these areas. Like when you got Netflix, you got a username and password. You got access in to movies and comedies and, Netflix specials. These are our specials. This is our portal. And you go to telemed and you book an appointment. My doctor called me in 2 minutes. And I said everything that we went through everything for my daughter. And he said, don't worry, she doesn't have to go to urgent care. I got it taken care of. Sent the prescription to the pharmacy and we were set. Saved me all the headaches, hassles, and there's no copay, nothing. Like it covers your family. Now, if you do need health insurance, we have access to that too with our partner. They're their own underwriter. They'll save you 20 to 60%. Look, there's so much savings here. This category alone that I just clicked on will save you $4,000 a year. It's over 1 million retailers. It'll save you $4,000 a year minimum. Like there's an incredible lady named Jen Obert that works with us in Minnesota, and she has a new team member in Wisconsin named Lindsay. Lindsay using our services. I met her when I was in Chicago doing a training. She said, Mazafar, in 3 months, I've only been in this community for 3 months, and I've saved $5,000 already on everything. Look, there's movie theaters, and you're not going to save $5,000 in 3 months on movies. I'm just going to say that unless you live in the movie theater. But you will save a lot of money on movie tickets and popcorn and drinks and all of it. But like Six Flags, Disney, SeaWorld. When I went to SeaWorld, the ticket at the gate was $109. Through our membership was $59. And there was 4 of us. So I saved $50 a person. Sunglass Hut, Supreme Golf, Petco. Insurance. Wait a minute, Mazafar, you just mentioned medical insurance. What about car insurance? My friends Jim and Donna saved $2,300 for the year on their car insurance for all the things they had insured. Amanda and her husband saved $2,300. I just met another couple that saved $600. They have one car. God bless them. Over 1 million retailers. Like you could spend hours on this thing and not even go through the whole thing. By the way, my dear friend Shar is on here, and she does a phenomenal training every Saturday, teaching people how to use the membership. She can't even go through it all. And she's been doing Saturday after Saturday. I highly encourage you guys to see it. There's access to over 80,000 events like comedy shows, NBA games. My friends save 60% going to an NBA game, going through us instead of Ticketmaster or StubHub or any of those things. There's more. There's our own shopping area, which is our own marketplace. So when you go into your portal, this will be under your shop section, and you'll have access to products. I just saw new products get added in the nutrition world, things that are vegan, things that are fantastic that have been added in. And remember the points? You can use the points to bring the cost of the products down even further. Not to zero, but deeply, deeply discounted. So look at the recap. Discount booking, travel, VIP escapes, unique experiences, telemed, daily member deals, and best pricing on Marketplace. Now, this is phase one. Do any of y'all have the app WhatsApp? If you have the app WhatsApp, if you have it, when they first started, they only had text messaging. Then they added video. Then they added three-way. Then they added like encrypted calls. Then they added like they have 8 iterations, like 8 phases. They're in phase 8 right now. Where will we be in phase 3? In phase 5? Where will we be in phase 8? I'm just saying, it's only the beginning. And so people go, how do I get this? You become a member. How do I become a member, Muzaffar? It's simple. The setup is $450 for a membership. And remember, we give you 600 points and 1 point equals $1. Now, if any of you are mathing the math right now, you're going, wait a minute. I give 450, you give 600 back to me? That's too good to be true. I know, it's real. It's real. My CEO's motto is, we give you more than you give us when you become a part of this community. And you'll see that even more. Next is the monthly membership. Like, could you imagine if you got a Netflix membership and they said, hey, thanks for joining Netflix. Here's 20 free movie tickets just for joining Netflix. Like, they're not going to do that. And then every month, when you pay the membership of $99, we give you 100 points. It's funny, my wife just several months back, she started a new website through a company, and they did the setup and everything, and it cost like $400. And I said to her, I said, what do we get for that? She was like, what do you mean, what do we get? She goes, they're giving us like the website, they're like access. I said, I know, but do they give us anything? And she's looking at me like I'm like the Loch Ness monster, like with this weird look. Like, she's like, who are you? And I'm going, well, what about every month when we pay the monthly membership to them? She goes, sweetheart, that's for the website and the hosting. I said, I know, but do they give us something? She goes, no. I go, well, Viago does. She goes, well, not everybody's Viago. I go, I know, but everybody should be in Viago. I'm just saying, like, this is brilliant how this was put together. And wait, it gets better. Right? This right here is an end of the year. Now, after 12 months, I want to show you guys something. After 12 months, you get a gift for being loyal, And loyalty sometimes is never rewarded. I will say that, in life or in business. Like, how many of you have been loyal to your gym membership or your insurance or your light bill or your cell phone company or Netflix or whoever? What did they give you after 12 months of making your payment month after month after month consistently? And most people tell me, Mazaf, you know what I got? I'm like, what? Another bill? Or they raise the price. Like, you know what we give you? We give you a gift. It's either a vacation or an extra 1,000 Viago points. Now, I'm going to show you something. I don't normally do it like this, but my business partner just did his vacation, that 7-night hotel getaway, and he's there right now. And he just sent me these pictures. He's in the Philippines, and he's like, Muzaffar, I just look at this. So this is where he's at for his 7-night vacation in the Philippines, free. Like, and it's absolutely beautiful and gorgeous where he's at. Just so you know. Now, I'm telling you that everyone is different. Everyone has different things that they like. But I'm going to share this with you, that there's over 1,000 locations for you to choose from on this vacation. My motto is, if it's free, it's me. And you're going to give me that for being loyal? Like, I love it. And so let's talk about our life. Most people are existing. It's time to live. Like, it's time to live. And it's more than just trips. Like, when you go and you meet people from our community, like, I look at Shar, who met her life partner, the man of her dreams, and she's the woman of his dreams, and they met here. This is more than just a membership. This is something that'll impact lives. That's why I think everybody needs this. And if you're starting to think of a friend that you have named Shar that needs to meet their life partner, I'm just saying, I'm not guaranteeing that, but I'm saying, listen, you know, there's dating apps. Why? Like, Go on an escape, meet someone around the world, and see how your life changes. Anyways, if you're thinking of people that need to be a part of this community, then you're like me. And I love that there's a business attached to this membership. And so we created a software system that costs millions of dollars. In you becoming our business partner, your cost to partner with Viago as an ambassador of this Club Viago membership is $49 one time. And then to maintain it year after year, it's $99. But you get a whole ABS system, an ambassador business system that has a commission engine. It has a software program that tracks all the people you introduce and anyone they introduce and anyone they introduce. What does that mean? Like people go, Mazafar, what do you do? Yesterday, I had a guy that came to take our SUV because they're updating the software on it. Like it's only 5 months old and they had an update on the software. And so he came to my house to pick it up and he saw some of our other vehicles and he just said, hey, what do you do? And I told him about this. And he was like, well, how do I? And I said, no problem. I'll introduce you. I'll connect you. I'll connect the dots. I'm showing everybody Viago. Everybody. When people ask you, what do you do? We do two things. Number one, we help people become a member of the Ultimate Lifestyle Club. And number two, I find other people. Like in real estate, if you're a real estate broker, you sell houses and you recruit other people to sell houses. If you're an insurance broker, you sell insurance and you recruit other people to sell insurance. In Viago, we do the same thing. We find people that are going to absolutely love this community and membership, which is everyone. And we find people that want to earn an income. And there's always three types of people when it comes to earning an income. Number one are people that have a career already in life. They love what they do, and they just want a second income. And what I mean by that is, how many of you have ever had a flat tire? Ever? Or know someone that has? What happens if they don't have a spare tire? We're dependent on family, friends, or an organization helping us. If you don't have a spare, what about in life? Have you ever met someone that's been downsized, let go, their income was cut? They got a flat tire in their financial vehicle. And if you don't have a spare, you're going to be dependent on family, friends, and the federal government. And so I show people how to have a spare tire. Second are people that go, Mazafar, if you can just show me how to make what I'm making, like what I'm making now in my career, and I have the opportunity to lead and do this and work from home or wherever around the world I want to, travel more, have more relationships, have more fun, better health, live life, and I'm at least making what I'm making now, I'm all in. And then number three was someone like me that wanted more than a 6-figure plus income, a multiple 6 and 7-figure income. I just want to know it's possible. And so I'm going to show you not all 5 ways we get paid, but 2 of them, just to keep it simple. Number one is when you refer people. I'm going to introduce everybody that don't say hi to me. If you say hi to me, you're going to find out about Viago. I'm just letting the world know. And I'd rather you just say yes or no, but I'm going to tell all of you about Viago. And anyone that says yes to you for referring them, you will earn $100. Not me, Mazafar, you. But when I refer people, I referred 17 my first day. Like, why wouldn't you? Now, I didn't talk to 17 and 17 said yes. I talked to 40 and 17 said yes. Some of you think I'm psycho. But listen, this is just straight math. 100 for each person that becomes a member. So what about at 6? And you're going, Mazafar, why 6? Because not only do you earn 600, but now your membership is free starting next month. Our goal is to help everyone on this Zoom and everyone that joins Viago in March to get 6 members in March. So starting April, your membership is free. 6, that's it. Now, what if it took you 6 months to find 6? Great. You've earned $600. And starting the 7th month, your membership is free. And then people you introduce are going to go get their 6. Look, Warren Buffett is someone I respect, and he's an owner of 3 companies in our profession. And he said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. And I'll tell you right now, so many people, if they work, they make money. If they don't work, they don't make money because they don't have a team. They're the only person responsible for their income. Let me show you this. When you introduce someone, so let's say you were the one that introduced Sherry, the lady that introduced me this morning, my my mentor and second mom, let's say you introduced her and she introduced Rika, and Rika introduced Kathy, and Kathy introduced Warren, and Warren introduced Tony. And now you have 5 people on your team, ladies and gentlemen. Understand that when you have 5 on one side, we build 2 teams. So we call it sides or left team, right team. It's 2 teams. And let's say you did it again and you introduced me, and I introduced my best friend Juan, and Juan introduced Benito, and Benito introduced Julie, and Julie introduced Tina. The point is you now have 5 on a second team, and everybody stays a member at the $99 membership. You're earning $50 a month. And people are going, well, Mazafar, that's not a lot of money. And I go, well, 5 people is not a lot of people, especially because you only brought 2. I brought more than 2. I brought 17 because I helped the people that came. So 2 people, one went left, one went right, and the other 15 went underneath those first 2. Anyways, when your team gets to 10 left and 10 right, and how does that happen? Everybody's trying to get their 6. When I introduced Sherry, she got her 6 in less than a week. She introduced Kathy, who got it in 4 days. She's introduced Rika, who's got her 6. She introduced Ricky, who got 9 in 24 hours. Ricky introduced Stevie, who's got his 6. Like, everybody's getting their 6. Like, you're part of Club 6. Let's get it done. When your team gets to 10 left, 10 right, you're at 200 a month. And then it continues to grow from there. Sherry said there are people from Africa on. My good friend Martin got started, and another friend of mine, Helen, they did the exact same thing. In November, they went 10-10. In Africa, where the average person working a full-time job earns $400 a month. In November, they went 10-10. In December, and they're not together. They have separate businesses. They're friends, but they have separate businesses. They did 25-25. In January, they did 50-50. I think they're in competition. In February, they did 100-100. And listen, that's $2,000 a month every month, as long as everyone stays a member. 5,000 is 250. What if it took us a year to help you finish that? What if it took us the rest of 2025? And starting 2026, you're getting 5,000 a month from Viago every month as a residual. Remember, this is one of 5 ways we get paid, just one. And then all of 2026, we help you finish Blue Diamond. 2027, we help you finish Red Diamond. 2028, we help you finish Purple Diamond. 2029, we help you finish Black Diamond. As a simple theoretical example, life will be different after 5 years. But I didn't have this opportunity anywhere else to earn that type of income. Look at it. My suggestion is pick the number you want and pick the number you need. Want is easy. Everybody wants the big ones. But what do you need that we can help you achieve? Just because you join, it doesn't guarantee money in your account. I'm not guaranteeing money. Just like if you join a gym, I can't guarantee you muscles. You have to do the work. Now, we will teach you and train you how to do this. Inner Circle is the most brilliant training program out there. It's our top leaders that have proven results and success that will teach you and train you and give you the tools to develop and build your business. And you know what we're doing? We're enhancing this Inner Circle every day, every week, not only from new videos, but we're looking at new additions to benefit this community. We had an unbelievable meeting yesterday about it. Like, there's so many things coming from Inner Circle. If you're not a part of Inner Circle, you're missing it. You're not in the inner circle. You're in the outer. Don't be in the outer, be in the inner. And then our live trainings happen 3 times a year in North America, 3 times a year in Europe and Africa, 3 times a year in South America. The North America event's happening in Atlanta, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm really excited that all of you are here today, but I'm not Viago. Like, I'm not. I'm honored to be a part of this community. And I'm excited that a really good friend of mine is here. And I'm hoping that he gets a chance to tell his story. Hopefully he can unmute. His name is Jeff Balf. Jeff is somebody that was one of the major partners. We have several different levels of partners. And he was one of the major partners that helped the travel company become number 1. And he partnered with us and helped us here in Viago. And Jeff, I love the fact that you're on, brother. If you could share your story of what you used to do, what's happened, and what you see happening with Viago, my friend, I would love for everybody to meet you.
Well, first off, great presentation as always. And guys, my name's Jeff Ball from Mustang, Oklahoma. I ran an insurance agency for many, many years here. My business partner, Troy, had his own anesthesia practice. 20 years ago, we were called to this meeting to take a look at this idea. And the guys, they started talking about travel. So I hope you caught something this morning as I was sitting here getting my yard all ready for spring. What I saw was a product that everybody wants to do. Secondly, what's up, Riga? Secondly, you have a gentleman here and a couple ladies here that we're at the top of this industry, and they just work for you for free. So all you had to do is invite. I'm surprised there's not 5,000 people on this Zoom right now on a Saturday. All you had to do was invite to recruit. And what I mean by that is you invited people to an idea of travel that everybody wants to do. And you might be saying, is anybody traveling? This is a stat I saw yesterday morning on the Today Show. My wife was watching it, and I just happened to glance over there. They were talking about travel. March, spring break, to May 10th, right around Mother's Day, there will be 50 million people that will go through TSA. 50 million. That means they're traveling, they're going somewhere. So if you have a product that answers every aspect of travel, being at the right place, the right time, what does that look like? And I know it's cliche to say that, but I've been in that right place, right time moment in '07 and '08 when they were painting doom and gloom in the economy, blah, blah, blah. We crushed it. We put millions of people in an idea of travel that everybody wants to do. So here we are again, blessed with a second chance. If 2020 taught us anything, you better be more health conscious. If 2020 taught us anything, you better not have all your eggs in one basket. So now we have an avenue that is fun. Everybody wants to do. You've got the best people in the world working for you, and all you have to do is invite to the information. That's cool. Secondly, what I would tell you this about timing. When me and my business partner, Troy, made a decision to go all in this thing, and it took just a few seconds to decide that, there was a guy that got started 28 minutes before we did. And you might be saying, what does that matter? Well, we was able to put 1 million people in that downline. If he would have hesitated, it'd have cost him millions. What I would tell you, this is no time for hesitation. This is a time to dig your wells before you're thirsty. This will be the fastest growing company on the planet. Why? Because there's certain criteria that people look for: company, product, timing, pay plan, right support tools and systems, and you can throw leadership and training on top of that. There's nothing like what we're doing. That's not a sales tactic. That's the truth. We've been here before. There's wisdom with these three people that spoke. Sherry's forgotten more about this stuff than we'll ever know. There's wisdom in that. Musafir has taken 7 companies to the top. There's wisdom in history. Myself was part of a program that exploded. There's wisdom in history. So my question is, why not you? This is the next big thing. Don't hesitate. And can't wait to see everybody in Atlanta, Musafir.
Appreciate you, brother. And I'm excited to see you there. And Jeff has been all over, city after city, presentation after presentation. And for someone that built a team and a customer base between him and his business partners that earned a 7-figure income year over year, and it never dropped, and he's going back to work as if that never happened, is spectacular. And work works. It just does. It just does. And now we have an opportunity. And I just want to go to one more person real quickly. And I mentioned her earlier, and she does a membership training. And I would love for her. She's got this fun hat on. So we got to ask Shar. Just because the hat alone, Shar, like I think that's what did it for me. There's a lot of folks here. But Shar, if you could just share your story really quickly, that would be great.
Oh my gosh, Musafir, you have me in stitches over here today. If nothing else, people, this is why you joined the community. Friends like Musafir, who's just across town talking about yellow snow, and it never snows here where we live. I mean, come on. That's the story. Folks, my background professionally is military. I'm a retired veteran, practiced ER trauma medicine for almost 3 decades, and was an Olympic athlete. And on the outside, I looked like I had it all together. And I'm so grateful that my childhood best friend, who saw a vision for my future beyond that season of life, and I wasn't even there yet because I'd just gotten out of residency. I was just getting in the realm to, go for the Olympics. and she didn't prejudge me. Why does that matter? Because fast forward, I was diagnosed with life threatening cancer that ended up taking me 18 and a half years to walk through. And I'm grateful beyond grateful to be here today, to be alive, to be with you. But she didn't prejudge that. So I had a different mindset when all of those other things happened. And I learned, like Jeff said, not to have all my eggs in one basket, and became an entrepreneur while doing all of those things, and met someone that works with Eric and Sherry and I here. His name is Eric G. And we became friends years and years ago when he met Jeff, who just spoke. And then a little while ago, Eric called me and was like, hey, we got to talk. Now, for me, I know those inner circle friends of mine, when they posture up like that and I get a phone call, especially in the days of text and DMs today, it's time to shut up, saddle up, and listen. And that's how I ended up right here. This is unlike anything I've been a part of. I've had mad success in this industry and professionally before now. I cannot think of anything more that I would rather be doing than helping people impact the world for good, because we get to do that here daily, weekly, monthly, biannually, annually, as often as we choose. And there's nothing more powerful than a group of human beings with the same vision to help other people moving forward, creating a tsunami wave of success and blessings that can change everything for every person who says yes. I can't wait to meet you on the beaches of the world. Let's go, Viago. Back to you, Mazafar.
Love it, love it, love it. And her first trip with Viago was in Bali. And listen, I mean, there's a lot that's happening. So, I mean, you can figure it out, right? If you want to travel, you got it. If you want relationships, you got it. If you want to earn a significant income, you got it. If you want significance, you got it. If you want, like, it's here. It's really here. And that's what's brilliant about what we have. It's a one-stop shop. But let's talk about getting started, because that's the simplicity, right? It's just to start. You can't finish a race that you haven't started. You've got to start. And so when you look at Amplify, it's the training that's coming in Atlanta. I tell people all the time, if you're not getting married or buried, you got to be in Atlanta. Like, you have to. Like, seriously, you have to. It's the weekend. And if you have anyone that you care about, do you know how I recruited Sherry Sharman? You really think I'm that good? I'm not. Like, I'm not. And she gives me a lot of credit. I put her and her husband on a plane and sent them, or brought them, to Las Vegas, where we did our last event, like for our launch of our company. And she saw the community. She saw the bigger picture. It's not because Mazafar was great. It's because all of us combined are unstoppable. And I'll tell you something, I would get everybody that's breathing to Atlanta and watch what happens to your business. Getting started is simple. It's the membership. It's $450 plus the $49 ambassador. Immediately you get your $600, you get your portal, you get your back office, you get a business in a box, and you're good to go. Like, ready, let's go. Like, that's it. The next thing is timing. And Jeff talked about it, right? Your friend introduced you, and this is you right here. This is your position. It's yours today. It's yours. And anyone that they introduce after you will go on your team, and that will benefit you in many, many ways, including financially. If you give your position away, and most people right there go, what do you mean give it away? Well, it's called, I'm going to think about it. Then you gave your position away. The next person that joins goes here, and you go, wait a minute, I'm ready. You go right here. And if you're going, does that happen? Yes, all the time. It really does. It really, really does. Like, there was somebody that Sherry and I met with that waited. And there's somebody that just got started yesterday. That's absolutely incredible, phenomenal, like spectacular. And that person missed out. I'm just telling you right now, the longer people wait, the further they fall. And this thing is growing. This is not the only presentation happening. Yeah, we have, 70 some folks, God bless, on this one. There's another one happening in a couple hours, another one happening after that, another one that happened, a bunch that happened yesterday. There are presentations happening at the same time as this one, done by other leaders. You just happen to be on one with me and Sherry and Rika and Shar and Jeff. There are so many presentations happening. I just want you to know, the longer you wait, the further you fall. There's 3 ways to get started, A, B, or C. I was an A. I was ready to go. A B is someone that wants to be a customer, and C is someone that wants to wait and see. And all I can tell you is this, is that Opportunities are never lost. They just go to people that take advantage of them. And the reason why people don't start is fear. Most of the time, it's because they're scared. And people go, my friend tried something like this before. No, it wasn't Viago. It wasn't. I tried something like this before. No, it wasn't Viago. And stop comparing yourself to failures of the past, whether it's someone else's failure or your failure. Stop pushing pain forward. Fear is temporary. Regret is permanent. It is. And I'll leave you with one last thing before I bring Sherry on. If there are aspects of your life that you're unhappy with and you don't change it, you choose it. If there are aspects of your life that you're unhappy with and you don't change it, you choose it. And I'll tell you, some people go, well, Muzaffar, my friends are wealthy, successful. Okay. I have some of those too. One of them is a lady named Sherry Sharman. Made millions, was retired, met the love of her life, has a beautiful family, takes care of her mom, invested $1.5 million in a business months before she met me. Not met me, no, we knew each other. Let me correct that. Before I talked to her about Viago. And when I showed it to her, she said yes. Sherry, why? Why now? Why Viago? Why did you say yes with everything going on in your life? And I'd love to turn the call over to you. And thank you for mentoring me. Thank you for changing my life. Thank you for saying yes to this community. And thank you for what you've already done. I'm so grateful for you, and I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Muzaffar. And you know, when you ask me why, there's a plethora of answers, but the main reason is this community. And if you've ever been in this industry before, you know that a community makes or breaks a company. And this community here, I've never in my career met such amazing, motivated, positive people. You know, I was just to show you one thing, because it was funny because when you were talking about Martin, I I this is my first picture with Martin. He's in Africa. I never in my wildest dreams would have had an opportunity to meet him if it wasn't for Viago. We are bringing the world together. I mean, what Jeff was saying, I mean, I got chills even hearing him speak because he is a legend in this industry. I mean, you have got more successful leaders in this company at the beginning, we just launched, than any other company I've ever seen in the history of this industry. What Shard shared with you, I mean, we've got Rika and I have a dear friend that's on this call right now, and she's gone through a lot of what Shar's gone through. I watched her smile when she was, you know, hearing Shar speaking. I actually took a picture of it because they were right next to each other, you know, and both have battled cancer. And it's like you're giving people not only hope, but being high on life, being able to have a community of people that just not only want to see you succeed, they will celebrate your success. That's something that I've not seen in this industry. I've seen competition in this industry. I've seen people that backstab. I've seen the, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly, you know, and what I see with Viago is it's a breath of fresh air. It's, you know, I've got another friend on here who I worked with her in the past, but she and her partner are just amazing, amazing human beings that see it. And they've seen everything in the industry. So if you're wondering if this is going to work, I'm going to tell you right now, hands down, I can guarantee you not only is it going to work, but it's going to work for people that you care about. My first person I signed up was my mom. She's 92. She loves this industry. She's made a fortune in this business, but nothing like Viago. This is she's just referring people right and left to me. And have you called this person? Have you called this person? So it's a fun business. So if you're on here, and I want to do a shout out to Brian and Michelle, I got to meet them in Dubai when we went on our trip, and we're going to be doing a training. And I'm hoping that they'll stick around and we can get them to do a little testimonial because they are superstars in this industry. Again, never would have met them without this company. So when you get a chance to get to know us, not only will you fall in love with the community like we have, you're going to see that it's a safe place to bring your friends and family. And that is something that you can't always say in this industry. If you've ever had a bad company or a bad owner or whatever, we've got the best of all. And there's no way, I promise you, that I would get involved in this industry. Thank God that Muzaffar and Fozia got me to see it, but no way would I have, if I wouldn't have felt that this was a safe place to bring people and they could have success and have fun at the same time. So Muzaffar, my favorite day of the week is Saturday because I love your training so much. You educate people in such a entertaining way, but also you educate people to be able to be better, not just financially, but in all areas of their life. And that is a gift. And I just am so excited. And I hope everybody takes the time to learn how to get a fast start in this business. He's going to give you the tools to be able to know what to do next. And we're going to have a couple superstars be able to share some incredible things with you. So I'm going to turn the call back to you, Muzaffar. Thank you. Please if you can't stick around, get with the person who invited you out. Get started now, because a lot of these people are going to be signing up and they could be part of your team versus you being part of their team. So it's a win-win. So back to you, Muzaffar.